You, my friend, I just want to say, you are my second favorite Jersey boy, and I think everyone should know that.
Oh, you have a first?
Well, it's Kevin Smith.
Oh, okay.
You're no Kevin Smith.
We'll allow it.
I was looking for a few years to find some other podcast that I was interested in doing. I had done my show years ago, Hard to Swallow, and you currently have a show, which you might as well plug right now.
Yes. What is it? Jersey Stories?
You and we met at an event in 2017 that was at Kevin Smith's comic book store.
Yep, Jay and Silent Bob's Secret Stash down in Red Bank, New Jersey.
And both of our dumbasses were dressed like Silent Bob.
That is correct.
And your ass didn't talk for half the day, and I wanted to punch you in the face.
Hey, I was in character.
You were in character, and I wanted you to die. But once you did start talking, I found that we had a mutual respect for not only Kevin Smith, but just having a good time. Like I'm 34. You're up there in age. You're not a fucking young little boy either, correct?
No, I have more worldly experience. I think that's what they say.
So, at my age, I'm at the point where I'm done talking to children. I'm done hitting on 18-year-olds.
Well, that's a good thing.
Because they always want to talk. Anyway, so I was interested in doing this podcast thing, and then in speaking to you and learning that you had been doing it and that you were a reliable human being, which is not always the easiest thing to find when you're trying to set up a podcast. I'm sure you've encountered things.
Oh, yeah.
Naturally, when I went back to New Jersey, you were one of the, I think, 3 people that I had met there that I reached out to, and we hung out again this year. What was that, July?
Yeah. I think it was like second weekend in July, and you actually had you had come into town with your friend Joe.
Yeah. And we're from Michigan. I'm from Michigan. He's in Jersey. I'm Michigan.
Yep. So
I've been now to New Jersey and New York twice. And encountered you both times, and you were very pleasant. You were nice enough to take us out to the shore. What's that, Asbury Park?
Yeah, we went to Asbury Park. We hit the boardwalk, had some fried Oreos. We walked through that place with the hanging crap. I forget what that's called.
Don't you skim past those fried Oreos.
oh, no.
I think they're still in my colon. But
I was looking for some Zeppelis, but hey, we went for the fried Oreos. You know, when you can't get a Zeppeli, you go for a fried Oreo.
So in my behaving and staying home more the last few years, I've gotten more into gaming and stuff. So I was kind of thinking like maybe I would do a gaming podcast or a gaming this. Like I've been doing the Twitch a little bit. I'm not in the hot tub. I'm not getting that many views.
Zippity hot tub.
That's right. So I do the YouTube thing, but I don't really promote it. Like I just was kind of doing it for me and my friends. And then I was like, well, maybe I can do some YouTube videos or something. So you were one of the people, especially after meeting you again. I was like, I should reach out to this boy and see if he's interested in doing something.
Yes.
And were you a little shocked when I called you? I like randomly video chatted you?
No. I was like, oh, cool. Because when he had left, when last we left our heroes, down the shore, you said, like once you get back, you'll give me a shout. I was like, oh, okay. Well, hopefully they got back okay. It's been a few days.
We've been dead for 2 months. No.
So JJ was found at the side of the road.
It was Joey. Joey did it. So I called you up that one night and was just like, I'm just going to have a little chat with him. And we ended up talking for like, I don't know, a couple hours. And it was just like, I quickly realized that like gaming wasn't the thing we had in common.
No, like, I go back way back where it's like gaming was, Pong. Like I'm right. That old. Like with the Atari 2600 when it was first called the Atari VCS. That's how old I am.
I had the Game Boy and then I had the Super Nintendo. Those were my early ones. But then I didn't play games for a long time. I played a little bit in high school, like PS2, GameCube, but then I skipped a lot of shit and basically had a PS3 for a Blu-ray player. That was right. And now I'm back into it. But we discovered our mutual love, randomly, I think, of sitcoms.
Oh, yes.
I don't even remember what show I brought up, but like you knew the little ins and outs of the stupid shit that I knew.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, wow, I don't get that too much. Usually it's like, Who the fuck are you talking about? Never heard of that show. Why the fuck would you waste your life in front of a TV?
And the great thing about, like, you know, both of us, it's not like, when we talk sitcoms, we're not talking about, just the recent stuff. No, we're talking about sitcoms going way back when, their inception, basically. Talking about, your Lucys, your Honeymooners,
Yes.
Dick Van Dyke. You're talking about, like, the old ones. Then, get into, like, some of the, Munsters, Addams Family. Okay, go a little further. Let's hit, Brady Bunch, and let's hit, Mary Tyler Moore, and,
I'd hit Mary Tyler Moore.
well, I don't know if you'd want to hit her now. She's a corpse. But,
yeah, well. Beggars, like I said, beggars can't be choosers. What the fuck?
She's gonna decompose after all. But, anyway.
Oh, God.
Well, that's what corpses do.
Is it weird that made me hard, though?
What's that?
Is it weird that made me hard, though?
Oh, boy.
Anyway, continue.
But anyway, so go through your 70s sitcoms. Hey, let's jump, you're All in the Families as well. Jefferson's, Chico and the Man. Let's jump now into the 80s.
Ooh, Chico and the Man.
Yeah, Freddie Prinze. Not just Junior, but, and Jack Albertson, Grandpa Joe from the first Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
So, I guess we should, sitcoms, I started watching them, obviously. They were my fucking babysitter. Like, when I was a kid, my parents were fucking never around. I was a latchkey kid most of my life. And it was come home, sit my ass in front of the TV, and watch all these happy families and go, why don't I have this? Why is your life so fucking perfect?
You know what the other great thing was? It was the sick day thing to do because, you're sick. In the morning, you would watch some game shows.
Always Price is Right.
Yep, always Price is Right. And then, what you do the afternoon? Hey, all the syndicated sitcoms that, hey, maybe we missed because we weren't that old. And it's like, ooh, okay, this is good. Oh, I'm enjoying this.
Imagine if we did grow up when like TV started and there was no fucking reruns.
Oh my God, yeah.
You watch shit once and that's it. You can never see it again. And for like another 20 years before they ran out of ideas.
Right. Yeah. Before the idea of syndication came along.
Yeah, that'd be fucked up.
And now I'm trying to remember the requirement for syndication is what, 100 episodes, I think.
Yes, it used to be. I know that there was some fucking deal that Sheen made when he left 2.5 Men for that anger management show that a lot of people do now. It was like an automatic 100 episodes because of that. Do you remember that?
So just it hit 100 even though it hadn't necessarily hit 100.
Oh yeah, it was like, we're shooting 100 episodes, and whether you air them or use them, I'm getting paid, and the show will be syndicated.
Wow. Yeah,
that's how fucking powerful he was when he left 2.5 Men.
Damn. Yeah, I never heard of that story, but
yeah, Anger Management was the first one I know that did it. That's why they have really weird seasons. Like, I think they aired them in 3 seasons. So it's like season 1's like 7 episodes, season 2 maybe 14, and then there's like a random like 30 or 40 episode season or some shit. Because they were just trying to fucking air them out. Get them out there, quick.
Jeez. Yeah, I never watched that one. But, we could talk about it. I can go back and catch up.
It's alright. I don't know if there's 3 or 4 seasons. I think I watched most of it. Selma Blair was on it originally, but she left at one point because they had a falling out.
Now, here's something that I think we should always talk about. Like, when we talk about some of these sitcoms, like, what was your intro episode? Like, what was the episode that you first remembered? Because you're talking about 2.5 Men, and
I've actually never watched 2.5 Men.
Oh, really? Okay. Well,
yeah.
The first episode I watched was the Sheen days, and it was when Charlie was writing a theme song for a Japanese anime called Oshikuru.
Was he a songwriter on that show? That was his character.
Yes, yeah, basically, he wrote jingles and little songs and stuff. So yeah,
it is weird that that's one of the shows that I never watched because it was so big. But I was never really a Charlie Sheen fan. I don't even know why I watched Anger Management, to be honest with you. I think the side characters on Anger Management are better than Sheen was because he's just playing Sheen. Like
yeah,
he does.
well, that's the thing. After a while, when you see it's like, yeah, that's the character he plays. And there are certain actors and actresses that kind of like, it's not necessarily their typecast. It's just that's their act. They are them. There is no, oh, I'm getting into character. No, you're getting into you.
So, like, what are some of your, like, top 5? What would be, like, your top 5 sitcoms, just off the cuff?
Oh, top 5 sitcoms.
I want to catch you off guard. I don't want your research.
No. That's good. Let's see. If we go back, like, classic sitcoms.
Maybe, like, the shows that molded you. Like, the ones that really maybe affected your humor, shit like that.
Ooh, the ones that affected my humor. Well, I know, like, what one of the all-time, to me, great sitcoms that I love the little zingers and things, and I always like to come in with a quick quip, was actually MASH.
Okay, yeah, I ran this show idea by a coworker, and she said, well, you have to cover MASH. And that was another one. I was like, I think I've seen maybe 2 episodes of MASH. So I would be very excited to cover MASH.
Yeah, we got to get you caught up there because there are many fantastic episodes of MASH.
I know I've seen the movie at one point, but that was more serious than the show, right?
Definitely more serious.
Yeah.
And it had a different style too, where because that was Robert Altman, the famous director, and it was something that actors also had to get used to. His style was basically people are talking over each other. And it was...
Oh, like Aaron Sorkin, but before Aaron Sorkin?
Yeah. So people actually had to get used to that whole concept because usually the way movies were shot, it's like, okay, character 1, line of dialogue. Oh, character 2, respond. Character 1, follow-up dialogue. Character 2, response to that. Where this is character 1. Oh, by the way, character 2's got something to say. Hey! Here's character 3 in the background, yelling something over them. So, MASH the TV show isn't quite that. Like, and being that you've seen like a couple...
Does it have a laugh track?
I believe early seasons had a laugh track, but later seasons, I believe, removed the laugh track.
Okay, what is your feeling on the laugh track? Do you love the laugh track or do you hate the laugh track?
You know what? I think because of the sitcoms that I watched growing up, I'm used to it. So
Do you find it kind of comforting? I kind of feel like it's comforting.
Yeah, it is like an old friend that's always there, kind of like in the corner. It's like, oh, yeah, like
when I was a kid. Yeah, like when I was a kid, as stupid as it sounds, I feel like that laugh track almost felt like friends in the room with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I totally get it.
And when you're a dumb kid, you don't know what you're supposed to laugh at.
It's like you felt part of the group because it's like, hey, they're laughing. I found that funny too. Cool.
I was actually kind of a nerd when I was a kid, so I'd be like, if there was a joke that like the laugh track came on and I didn't get it, I would like research and try to learn what the fuck the joke meant. I used to read a lot more than I do now. Now I only read autobiographies and true crime. That's exclusively what I read now. But when I was a kid, I read fucking everything. Yeah,
no, I definitely read a lot more when I was younger. Now for me, being older, it's like the things that I read are like technical documents and books, like on like coding and the other thing I read are comic books. So those are my two things. I do read certain other things. I enjoy history. Again, we do that other podcast about New Jersey. So I do like reading a bit on like certain things in history, like some of the odder things.
So we got MASH. What was your other sitcoms that you watched, or your favorites?
That I would consider favorites. I would say like when I was really young, the Brady Bunch, because like, hey, just you wanted to be one of the Brady kids.
I got the box set not too long ago, and I'm kind of intrigued to like revisit it and see if it holds up at all, because I haven't seen it in so long. I wrote a sitcom.
You did?
And it's not made yet, but we're hoping. Of course, I wrote a part for myself, because I'm a self-centered piece of shit.
Aren't we all?
Yeah, actually, I was pitching it to some people before the fucking pandemic hit, and it was all a go, and then the world fell apart. So I gotta see if we're gonna try to shoot this pilot again, because the goal was, as an actor, I want to be in it, of course. So I was like, if I shoot it myself and I play the part that I wrote for myself, which is me, which I know I can play me, then maybe once it's shot and I show it to someone, they will go, oh yeah, I get it. But I feel like if I just try to sell it, they're just gonna be like, we need someone better than you. Does that make sense?
No, I totally get you. I totally get you.
Like, you wrote it and you want to be on it? Ugh, no.
Well, I believe, going back to like, again, the reason we met, Kevin Smith, I think he originally write Dante for himself? He
wrote Randall to play, but he wrote Dante after himself.
Yeah, Dante is based on himself. That's right. He wanted to play Randall, and then because also I think Ernie was up for. Was Ernie up for Dante or whatever? And then Ernie wound up being Rick Derris, but
because Kevin said he couldn't remember all the dialogue, so he said fuck it, and he played the silent role.
And then
the Marcel Marceau wrote. Is that how to say his name?
Yeah, Marceau. In fact, if you watch the classic Mel Brooks movie, silent movie, the only person to speak is the famed mime Marcel Marceau.
I have that movie, but I've not watched it yet.
Yeah, he's the only person that has a line of dialogue.
That's funny. That is funny. Mel Brooks, you're a funny fuck.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure he's watching right now.
I'm sure. I'm sure he has nothing better to do in his advanced age too. It's like, let me see what's out on Twitch.
We should talk a little bit about the name of the show, since we sat there for an hour trying to figure out what we're going to call this fucking thing. And every goddamn show title we came up with was taken.
Like having an episode and...
Oh yeah, that was like my favorite.
Yeah, I thought that one was actually one of the best ones. And let's see, what were some of the other things we talked about? Let's see, NoobTube, Idiot Box, Tune In, Bunny Ears, What You Watching, What's on the Tube.
Oh, you got the list in front of you? Yeah. There was we went through so many fucking names, and what was it, like 20 minutes later, I was like, fuck it. As a joke, I was like, let's call it Sitcom My Face. As like a pun. And this motherfucker, he fucking lost it. I lost it. I fucking lost it. I told, I don't know, probably 8 other people this title, and every one of them, they do like a double take, and then they fucking laugh. And I was like, that's gotta be it. That's it.
Yeah, because it is such a, odd, funny, just like it, and it hits you.
It takes a second too, which is my favorite part, because they're always like, they always respond. They go,
exactly. You have that second of what? Oh, yeah. But yes, and
what did he just fucking say to me? Yeah, and I was like, oh, I love this. Okay, so we have to do this. Okay, got it.
So we came up with the name. Grab the different things, our emails and such. Which, if you want to contact us, we are sitcommyface@gmail.com. We got a Facebook page. We got a Twitter, which I'm going to delete and restart because Twitter has a bad habit of just like parsing names and things and then giving you like screwed up things. So like we're sitcom_my. So yeah, that doesn't work too well.
What's a show that you think we should cover that you think I've never seen?
That you've never seen? Quark. No, most people have never seen that one.
You said Quark?
Yeah, Quark. I'm trying to think of it if it had more than one episode aired. I just remember it from when I was a kid, and it was just like a bizarre. It was a spaceship, like a garbage ship in space. And the adventures of this this garbage barge in space. So most people don't remember that one. That's not necessarily one that you need to look that one up. But no, what like an actual one that you may not have heard of or may not have seen.
You're like 2.5 Men.
Yeah, how about that 2.5 Men thing? Start with the Oshikuru episode. That's what got me hooked. Let's see. Well, I you know what? There is one I think I had mentioned, and I believe there's only 6 episodes. So it'll be an easy watch. But from the makers of the movie Airplane and from the makers of the movie The Naked Gun.
Yeah, Police Squad.
It was Police Squad. Which when it hit, the air, because I loved Airplane, and I was like, and I heard about this show that the makers were going to be making, and watched the first episode in great anticipation, and it did not disappoint. And watched the next couple, and I was like, I was psyched. Funny episodes,
and then fuck you, canceled.
Yeah, well, first, fuck you, the World Series, because sports interrupted the showing of it, and then it's like...
Is that what happened to it? Is that that's the legend, huh? That you're like, fucking World Series destroyed the ratings?
Well, basically, yeah, the timing when they released the new show, I believe it was shown on ABC. I think they started a little late, so by starting a little late, you actually run into the playoffs, the World Series, and I believe that's what the train it ran into there, and the train won. So there were 6 episodes made, and I think only 3 were actually aired. I think they were eventually aired on I think it might have been A&E or one of those channels.
Oh wow!
years later, but yeah, that's a sitcom I think you should take a gander at.
I showed you I had the DVD of it. I don't
know.
I think I might have watched the first episode, but I don't know if I've watched the rest of them. So that would be a good one to visit.
Yes. What about from your end? What would be a sitcom that I should, that you think I may have not seen that I should actually visit?
Well, that one that I was showing you with Billy Bob Thornton and John Ritter, and I think that's an interesting show to cover because of what's her name's just passing from Night Court.
Marky Post. Yes.
That's why I saw that DVD in a store, and I was like, John Ritter and Marky Post? And then I did a little further reading on the back. I'm like, Billy Bob Thornton? What the fuck is this?
We thought it would be funny if we,
Yeah, and it's an interesting show. It's not a great show.
And it had, 2-3 seasons, I think?
Yeah, I have the complete series DVD. I think that was a Shout release, maybe? Something like that.
Oh, yeah, Shout Factory.
There was another one that I kind of started and I never finished it that I do want to pull out again. I want to say it was called Anything Else or something like that with Jamie Lee Curtis and Richard Lewis.
Oh my God!
Have you seen this show?
I believe I did see one episode. Yeah, now we're going way back. Yeah,
yeah, and
Richard Lewis. It's like, oh yeah, that was when Richard Lewis was hot. He was.
Yeah, he had a sitcom with fucking Jamie Lee Curtis. How weird is that?
Now, I'm trying to remember, wasn't there a sitcom, I want to say, with, maybe I'm actually, combining things now. Was it Jamie Lee Curtis and Andrew Dice Clay as well? I want to say...
Oh, I don't know. I know Clay had a newer kind of sitcom comedy show, but I don't know if there was an old one.
I think there was an old one. Again, we're talking about, when some of these people, in their... hot times, but I think this may have been after Ford Fairlane. I'm not sure.
Weird. Yeah, I think that Richard Lewis, I want to say it was called Anything Else. I think that's what it was called. I do have the first season on DVD. I don't know if the other one's ever released. I want to say when I looked last, there was 2 or 3 seasons. So we might have to fucking search YouTube for that shit. Yeah.
Do you just ask anything else? Are there more seasons?
Those are the kind of things that I buy. I'll find weird ass old sitcoms. You're like, what the fuck is this? Who made this show?
Yeah, you sometimes have to wonder. Also, some of the premises of some of these shows, wait, somebody thought this actually would be a good thing, and strangely, sometimes it does work, and then sometimes it's just is exactly what you thought.
What's your favorite type of sitcom? Because you have the family sitcom, the workplace sitcom. I think those are the big 2: household and workplace.
Yeah, those are, I think, the two biggest. I think you saw more workplace ones in like the 90s and 2000s. I think you saw a little more of those, like, you know, your Offices, your Parks and Rec, that, you know, that type of show, and especially the, you know, like, how do you want to say, like the documentary style.
Yeah, that's been big the last 10 years or so. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think that has to do with The Office and Modern Family, right?
Yeah, I think those two really kind of catapulted things on that. And you go back to your 80s, 70s, definitely a lot of and earlier, a lot of family ones. And then you had your oddball ones where it was like, you know, like a Gilligan's Island, where it's like, well, it's not workplace or family. It's a...
But they became a family.
Oh,
that's true. They became a family. And then they all fucked each other.
You know, yeah, the professor, Marianne, yeah, they actually were, you know, allowed to actually invoke their names. You know, they weren't just in the rest.
They were drinking more than coconut milk, baby.
Yeah, they were drinking the professor's spider cider.
Oh my God!
That episode.
Yeah, like my favorites are like the dysfunctional, like Married with Children. We gotta cover Married with Children. I fucking love that show.
Married with Children was a great one.
Titus is one of my favorite obscure ones. I think you said you had watched Titus, right?
I had watched a few episodes, but it was like one of those, like, it was so badly promoted. Like,
yeah, Fox was not proud of it. Yeah.
And it was just like, oh, wait, when is it on again? Oh, wait, what? Oh, wait, it's gone? Huh? It was so strange.
And as someone who just appreciates the format and television in general, you mentioned Lucy. Like, I Love Lucy is legit one of my top 5 favorite shows of all time.
That show was, especially for its time, what was incredible. You know, like,
you watch any show now, and you can pull threads and find Lucy. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
The way sitcoms are shot was created by Desi with that show. The way the sitcom formula was laid out in 1951 is still used to this day.
Right.
The 3-act structure, you know?
Mm-hmm. No, you're totally, you know, hitting the mark there. Lucy was such a, like, well, Lucy and Desi, they were such pioneers when it came to the sitcom. And, you know, like, like your premises, and having, like, a leading lady, really, like, you're being, you know, like, front and center. Like, you know, even though, you know, it was also Desi too, but no, that really was a sitcom that really, you know, gave you the roadmap to what to do. You know, like, as you said, you know, the 3-act structure, and, you know, like, and how many sitcoms, like, can you think of that had many bits that you could go back to Lucy and say, wait, that's very familiar. Like the
they've been stolen. That show was so successful, she even stole her own shows.
Oh yeah, no. Hey, so if it works, you know, why?
I Love Lucy has been ripped off more than any sitcom ever, I would say. But Lucy herself, with the Lucy Show and Here's Lucy, even ripped off her own show, I Love Lucy, because it was that good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy.
But yeah, you know, that's something we need to talk about at some point. Like, you know, like actors, actresses that had multiple sitcoms, like, kind of, you know, I Love Lucy, Here's Lucy, The Lucy Show.
The best one, Life with Lucy.
Yeah, Life with Lucy.
Everyone's favorite. Everyone.
That's the number one over, you know, like all the rest. Then you had,
it was like a year before she died, you know.
Yeah, the Bob Newhart Show, Newhart.
Oh yeah, what's one of my favorite endings? We'll talk about that.
Definitely. I think one of the classics in TV. Period.
I think the end of Newhart is probably one of the smartest finales I've ever seen.
Totally agreed. And then you had yes, I will invoke the scary word. Yeah, the Cosby Show.
No. We don't speak the word!
He had a few as well. But yeah, there have been multiple actors, actresses that had kind of like a few... Yeah, and some of them were direct spin-offs of the other or had a connection. Again, we'll go over that one with Newhart. But Yeah.
Now you got me excited about watching Newhart again. We might have to get to that one sooner than later.
Oh yeah, that sounds like a plan.
So yeah, I think that we got a pretty good idea of some of the shows we want to do coming up.
Mm-hmm.
We just kind of wanted to do a quick, kind of let you get to know us a little bit.
Correct.
And see if you're into the bullshit we're about to spew. Because we're going to talk a lot of nerdy TV shit. I think I'm going to start doing, like, this week, or maybe this day in TV history. Maybe, like, a little fun.
Oh, that would be a great one. Yeah, but we're also going to do, like, little, facts and little trivia about, the show, the actors, some of their resumes, things you may not have known. And also, we'll play maybe a game or two too, in regards to the show. And then, you know what? We'll talk about our favorite snacks in regards to these sitcoms too.
Pussy and beer. It's always pussy and beer.
I don't know if I caught that episode of which one was that?
Hey, Nick, could you do me a favor?
Yes, sir.
Could you sitcom my face, please?
Tell me that you love me.
All right, well, I've been Jay.
And I've been Nick.
Don't touch that fucking dial or I'll kill your fucking fan. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Well, that was another one of the episode, the names that we wanted. Don't touch that dial.
That's right.